Jehan Schumann was used to dealing with the men and authority on long embattled earth. Tall, distinguished, and programmer first class faced them fearlessly. General Wider was space-burnt and had a small mouth puckered almost into a cipher. He is viewed as someone who is arrogant, commanding, and selfish. Congressman Brandt was smooth-cheeked, clear-eyed, and likes to smoke the Nubian tobacco. After being introduced, Aub spent a long time trying to convince Congressman Brandt and General Wider in his knowledge about mathematics. Congressman Brandt is somehow amazed by his knowledge, but General Wider is still doubtful. It was only until a few more mathematical questions were asked when the general finally gave in. He saw a spark in Aub's knowledge. Schumann was quite pleased with that fact.
Computer without a computer is a contradiction in terms.
Computing is only a system for handling data. A machine might do it, or a human brain might.
Does this always work?
Every time, Mr. President, it is foolproof.
I mean, is it hard to learn?
It took me a week to get the real hang of it. I think you would do better.
Okay. What would you have me do right now?
Put the power of the administration behind the establishment of a secret project on a human computation.
But, how far can human computation go?
There is no limit, according to Programmer Schumann, who first introduced me to his discovery.
I mean, I've heard of Schumann, of course. Who will not, right?
Yes, sir. Dr. Schumann told me that in theory there is nothing the computer can do that the human mind cannot do.
If Schumann says this, I am inclined to believe in theory. But in practice, how can anyone know how a computer works?
Well, Mr. President, I asked the same question. It seemed that at one time computers were designed directly by human beings.
Okay, go on.
Technician Al apparently had, as his hobby, the reconstruction of some of these ancient devices, and he studied the details of their workings and found he could imitate them.
Okay, Congressman, I think I got your point there. Okay, let me have some time to think about this. But meanwhile, can you show me the multiplication trick again? Let's see if I can catch the point of it.
I'm not sure I like the idea of relaxing on our hold on computers. Human mind is a precious thing. The computer will give the same answer on the same problem each time. What guarantee that human mind will do the same? The human mind computer Louisa. It doesn't matter whether the human mind or the computer does it. They are just tools. I grant the theory, but what reason have we for thinking that theory can be converted to practice? I think we have a reason, sir. After all, the computer have not always existed. The cavemen with their stone axes and railroads had no computer. And possibly they did not compute. You know better than that. Even the building of railroad or ziggurat are called by computing. And that must have been without computer as we know them. Do you suggest they computer in the fashion you demonstrate? Probably not. After all, this method, we call it graphitics by the way, from the old European word, meaning it's developed from the computers themselves so it cannot have antedated them. Still, the caveman must have had some method. Lost art? If you're gonna talking about lost art? No, I'm not a lost art enthusiast, though I don't say it may not be some. After all, man was eating grain before the hydroponics. And if the primitive ate grain, they must go on eating soil. What else could they have done? I don't know, but I believe in soil growing. When I see someone grow grain in soil, and I believe making fire by rubbing two pieces of plants together when I see that too. Well, let's start to graffiti's. It's just a part of the process of the etherealization. The last step of doing away with computer altogether. Come, sir. Project number is going concern. Progress is already headlong. But we want your help. If patriotism doesn't move you, consider the intellectual adventure involved.
What progress? What can you do beyond multiplication?
In time, sir, in time. In the last month, I have learned to handle determine and correctly decimal quotient and integral quotient.
Decimal quotients? To how many places?
Any number.
With a computer?
Set me a problem.
Divide 27 by 13. Take it into 6 places.
2.07692.
Oh, now that's amazing. But multiplication didn't impress me too much because that's involved integers after all. And I thought a trick of manipulation might do it, but decimal...
And that is not all. There's new development. It's so far top secret and still we may have a math breakthrough on the square root front.
Square roots?
Yes, it involves some tricky points and we haven't licked the parts yet. But technically out, the man who invented the sign and who has an amazing intuition in connection with it maintained he has the problem almost solved. And he is only a technician. A man like yourself, a trained and a talented mathematician, ought to have no difficulty.
Count me in.
Now square roots are all fine. I can't do them myself and I don't understand the methods. But they're fine. Still, the project will not be sidetracked into what some of you call the fundamentals. You can feel like mathematics anywhere you want after the war is over. But right now, we have specific and very practical problems to solve. Is a simple one, gentlemen. The replacement of the computer. We could build fleets 5 times, 10 times more than Dennett could if we eliminate the computer. When he began his study, it was no more than a hobby. He saw no more in it than an interesting amusement. But now he sees it is to be used only for death and destruction. He could not face the responsibility. He then used the protein depolarizer on himself and died an instant painless